there seems to be a sense, Lester, that this Hegseth situation is going to be done by the end of the week. Does he still have a chance to be confirmed?
Well, I suppose he still has a chance until he formally withdraws, but that Ernst statement is Senate speak for this guy has a big problem.
Meeting didn't go well.
The meeting may have gone well, but and she's a very good senator, and by the way, potentially a member of the cabinet at some point.
Yeah.
But I think the news on him has been of a nature that it's in serious jeopardy, and the president asking senators to vote on him may not be a good idea.
We should remind our audience that Joni Ernst has not only made sexual assault in the military an important cause from her office, but she's also a veteran. Right. And Pete Hegseth has said repeatedly that women should not be serving in combat. Will Joni Ernst be the end of this pick?
I think she'll be one of the people who will be the end of this
Does
pick.
he get to a confirmation hearing?
No, I don't think so. I think he ends up withdrawing before that, because this has become a bit of a choose-your-own-adventure of which allegations or facts do you find the most problematic about him. Is it the fact that he's terrible to women? Is it his actual policy positions on the military? Is it his, rank in experience in the military? Is it the fact that even his own mother thinks that he's kind of a bad guy, right? So no, I think that the preponderance of allegations and facts sort of that are coming out against him shows that he does not have much of a chance.
Well, Mom might take issue with what you just said, because a remarkable bit of optics today. Yeah. His mother went on Fox News. This is Penelope Hegseth, to set the record straight on comments that she made about her son's history with women. Here's what she said.
They were going through, Pete and his wife at the time were going through a very difficult divorce. It was a very emotional time, and I'm sure many of you across the country understand how difficult divorce is on a family. There's emotions. We say things, and I wrote that in haste. I wrote that with deep emotions. I wrote that as a parent. About 2 hours later, I retracted it with an apology email, but nobody's seen that.
Yet somehow it still ended up in the New York Times. Lester, what does it say when your mother has to come out in your defense?
That's not an ideal situation, Joe.
No.
By the way, the mom looked terrific on TV and is very well spoken. Maybe she's auditioning for a cabinet appointment as well.
I hadn't heard that. Does it say more about his situation, or does she actually help him recover from this?
It's open question. This is up to the Senate. At the end of the day, what this is about is whether senators can defend a vote for the nominee back home and get reelected if they're, in fact, seeking reelection. That's the acid test here.
Okay.
So looking at how Senator Ernst and others have talked about the meetings, I think there's a pretty clear indication here that this thing is time limited.
Fascinating. Well, we got a couple of new names today. We spent some time earlier talking about the new pick for SEC. Haven't mentioned Peter Navarro's name yet. He's coming back as Senior Counselor for Trade and Manufacturing. As a Democrat watching this unfold, does the next Trump administration feel different than the first one when you see names like this?
So obviously he's shooting for the stars right now with his people that are the most controversial. He's clearly the velociraptor in Jurassic Park, testing all the doors and seeing what he can get through.
Wow, that's quite an image.
Thank you. And so, no, at this point, I don't think I'm surprised by Peter Navarro. I think it does pose a strategic question, though, for Democrats and Republicans, which is who are the nominees that you are going to find the most issue with? Is it people who have, criminal allegations and problems against them? Is it, again, you have to sort of look at people that you just find inexperienced, people that are corrupt, et cetera. You've kind of got an array of choices.
What do you make, Lester, of the elements of the economic team? Now that we have the SEC chair, you throw Peter Navarro into a fishbowl with Lutnick and a trade representative all have their hands potentially on the wheel when it comes to tariffs. Who wins?
Well, probably the loudest voice in the room, or the one that's the last to speak to the president.
Okay.
This is a hardline group on trade issues. That is clear. The president sees that tariffs and trade issues generally are leverage for him in his conversations with other countries, and there's no sign at all that he's going to relent on any of those opportunities.
They all get confirmed, right? The economic
I think
team.
they can probably all get confirmed.